it's not for everyone. So if you do decide you want to do a business, you've got to decide, well, what exactly is it that you want to do? So business is not for everyone. More importantly, it's not just for the sake of doing a business. You've got to make a living out of it, because in the end, as I would say, without money, your very existence is threatened. So we need money to live. So whatever you decide to do, you've got to play to your strengths. What do we mean by that? Do something that you would enjoy doing. Do something that maybe comes to you easily. All that said, it doesn't necessarily mean because you've chosen something which you enjoy doing, because you've chosen something which you do well, it doesn't mean that it will be profitable or necessarily sustainable. When you decide what business you want to do, it really is important that research. Find out as much as you can about the particular area of business you want to go into. Don't just jump in feet first and just start doing the business, because you'll miss out on a lot of things. So research, and talk to other people who've done it. Talk to other people in a similar industry that you want to go into. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. The more you talk and gather as much information as you can, very important. And then I talk about look, observation. Observe everything. Observe, look, go. If you want to start a business and I don't know, food delivery, go and work, or at least have a look at what others are doing in that area. Actually go and visit the premises and see what they're doing to give you an idea, and talk to them. Maybe they won't want to talk to you, but you'll always find somebody who's prepared to talk. So try and get into the industry. If necessary, work in the industry. If necessary, at least have a look to see what they're doing. Now, it's so really funny. When I wanted to start business, I sat down one day and I said to myself, well, what can I do? What business can I do that will actually make money? Well, one thing we know is if time prevails, we're all going to die. If time prevails, we're all going to die. So doing a funeral business, that's going to give you a steady client base, for want of a better word. But while we're all waiting to die, for want of a better word, if time prevails, we've got to eat. So the two top industries that will make you money, almost certainly if you run it properly, is if you start a funeral business or you do food in all its various forms, whether you've got a takeaway, whether you've got a soup kitchen, whatever you do, food will always help you to make money. But again, it's how you market it, how you put it together. And the third one, which I know makes money, is when you're innovative, high-end e-commerce technology in all its shapes or forms. So I'm keeping it simple. So once you've decided what you want to do, those three businesses normally make money. I'm not saying other businesses don't make money, but generally we've got to die, unfortunately, at this point in time anyway, if time prevails, and we've got to eat to live. And I in business, as I said, in terms of industry, e-commerce, etc. So normally when people want to start their business, they're normally very, let me get on, and they jump off the deep end. But listen, it really does matter. You can do a business which is like unofficial. Basically, all you need is a name, possibly bring a business card, and market through word of mouth. It's a start. It's a start. It doesn't have to have bells and whistles. It's a start, and you can actually make it start happening. So it could just be a simple delivery business, gardening business, whatever. It's a start. So it's unofficial. It's not registered necessarily, but those are the businesses which exist. And it's not necessarily official, but the official, if you want to start a official business like we've got, you would need to, as most of you would know already, register with Companies House and different types of registration, which we can go into if people want to. You can be a sole trader, partnership, or a limited company. And there are reasons why people choose to be a sole trader, partnership, or limited company by shares or by guarantee. So it really depends on what your business is as to why you want to become what you want to become. Obviously, being a limited company provides a lot of security. So once you've done that, you can then either choose, but I would always advise before you start paying lots of money out, articles of memorandum, etc., start and see how you get on before you start registering and come on the radar. So it's really, setting up a business, it's really as simple as that. You've got to do your homework well. It's as simple as that. And so many ways of doing your homework well. As we've all been to school, do your homework well, research your competitors. So for example, if you're doing a delivery business and you've got 15 other delivery business, which have just gone bankrupt in your neighborhood or in your immediate vicinity, well, you've got to ask yourself the question, something's gone wrong. So research your competitors. What are they doing? What are they doing well? What are they not doing well? Make phone calls, do your homework well. So research your competitors very well. And then to carry out a feasibility study. Is this business really feasible? Can it actually work? Can it feed me and can it feed my family? How much can I make and what do I really need in order to make it happen? So you've got to do your research, competitors, do your feasibility studies. And under those two headings, there's another maybe 15 subheadings which you can actually look at, but I want to keep it real. So do your feasibility studies in the most basic way is find out, as I said, is it feasible? Would it actually work for me? Can I make this business actually work? And the third thing is usually we ask for a business plan, right? A lot of people just jump into business without a business plan. And a business plan can be as easy, as simple, or as complicated as you want it to be. And normally we ask for a business plan is normally to 3 to 5 years. So you can scope out what that business is. And usually the reason why people do a business plan, very basic, simple, is so you know what your business, and you can actually map out your business and say, right, this is how I think my business will work. And this is what I want it to do. And this is the time when I want it to achieve this, etc., etc. So it's a business plan. You need to do that. And I said, under that business plan, there's probably another 10 subheadings as to what forms a business plan. And again, don't start the business until you've got at least a basic idea of your cash flow plan. The cash flow, basically, what you want to achieve, and then against what you've actually achieved. How are you going to achieve that? A lot of people start businesses and don't even allow paying themselves. So they think they're really making money when they're not making money. And the more accurate your cash flow plan and your business plan is, the better defined your business is going to be and the better chances of success that you're going to have. So ensure that you have a very good cash flow. It may not be as the usual official business plan or cash flow plan, but at least put something down as to what you hope to achieve and how quickly you hope to achieve it and by what time, etc. So that's what that cash flow plan essentially would describe. And then the fifth item in terms of setting up is everybody knows you very often, or mostly all the time, you're going to need to secure funds. And sometimes you need premises. It could be that you're working from home. It could be that, with the item 3 and 4, which is a business plan cash flow, which if you want to borrow money from a bank or a business consortium, they're going to ask you for your business plan. They're going to ask you for your cash flow plan. They're going to ask you, well, how are you going to make business? We're not in the habit of lending money just for the sake of it. How are you going to make money? And what does this look like? Do we believe it? Can we back it? So all those will decide whether you secure funds. Even if you're going to get money from friends and families, they'll still want to know, well, is my money safe? Am I just throwing my money away when I could put it in the bank? And although I don't get a lot of interest on it these days, but is it going to make money? And if you're securing premises, most of the time you'll have to secure the premises for 6, lease or a year plus. And therefore you've got to also know legally what you're getting into when you're going to secure premises. So securing funds is very important. And I said the business plan cash flow will also help. Even in the most basic way, it will also help in securing the funds. And once you've done all that, are you going to go it alone? Are you going to go with partners? And is this partnership going to be a legal entity or is not going to be a legal entity? Are you going to make this partnership official, unofficial? Can you make it on your own? And the thing about business, and at the bottom, which I've put, you've got a good idea, but no cash. But you've got cash, but no ideas. We, for our sins, we lend a lot of money out to people. And I have a lot of people coming to me with ideas, but they're actually just not going to work. And they get really upset when I say to them, but look, when I'm reading your business plan, I'm looking at your research, look, it's not going to work. And they get really upset. But 99% of the time, we are correct. So a lot of people are prepared to back good ideas, but not just for, not for nothing. They will want something from it. So we tend to back good ideas, you know, and sometimes, as I said, they have good ideas, but they have no money. And some people have a lot of good ideas, but no cash. So if you're lucky and you've got a business running, the key thing is making sure that you're doing your marketing. And I don't mean throwing lots and lots of money, you know, television adverts. Some of us can't afford to do that. But marketing at the most basic level, which will be word of mouth, maybe through churches, and not just marketing for Adventist church. There are other churches. You know, if it's a business which requires that you shut on Sabbath, right? Which you know, we shut on Sabbath. There are other 7-day keeping churches. So you can market just word of mouth, or you can go big. So market is important to keep. We normally say about 1/3 of your turnover. A lot of good companies will use about 1/3 of their turnovers on marketing. And when you're running, you need to keep constantly streamlining your processes. The other thing is, it's about supply things that are in demand.